Hello everyone, my name is RWBY, and there is finally more news for the Justice League RWBY crossover films than just a title. In this video, I am sharing everything we currently know about the two crossover films. I have also just released a separate video on my channel for my opinions about all of this, but this video is strictly news. First things first, yes, there is a part 1 and a part 2, not just one film. Most of this news comes from a Hollywood Reporter article that dropped just a few days ago. It says, Justice League RWBY Super Heroes and Huntsmen Part 1 arrives on digital, 4K, and Blu-ray in the spring. So I wouldn't be surprised if it were exclusive to HBO Max in terms of the streaming platforms. This is a Warner Brothers property before it is a Rooster Teeth one. After all, Justice League does come first in the title. It could be on Rooster Teeth's service, but I honestly kinda doubt it. As for the spring 2023 release date, in my opinion, it sounds like it will release sometime after the RWBY Volume 9 premiere, but during Volume 9's run. Volume 9 is currently set to air in early 23, which sounds to me earlier than spring 2023. It sounds like a Q1 release at the very least. Continuing on with the article, we have the main premise of the crossover. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, Green Lantern, and Vixen are all transported to the strange world of Remnant and find themselves turned into teenagers. Meanwhile, Remnant heroes Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang must combine forces with the Justice League to uncover why their planet has been mysteriously altered before a superpowered Grimm destroys everything. So this premise came as quite a surprise. The crossover functions very differently from how it does in the comics. There have already actually been Justice League RWBY crossover comics where that iteration of Batman has bat ears instead of bat wings, whereas in this key visual that we do see here, he has bat wings. And these Justice League characters are versions of the adult characters of the comics, but they are transported into Remnant and put in the bodies of teenagers to make this crossover work. Which the comic didn't function that way either. So the Justice League and Team RWBY will team up to take a Grimm down, uncovering how their world was altered in the process. This is currently the first and only image we have of the crossover, of the characters actually in the world of Remnant. You know, this is the first time we're seeing Superman and Batman in this style, and as for all of the other characters that I mentioned, we don't have them yet at all, so we're going to still have to wait and see what they look like. Moving on to the cast. The film voice stars, and I apologize, I will butcher some of these names, Natalie Ann Lind as Wonder Woman who's Diana Prince, Chandler Riggs as Superman and Clark Kent, and Nat Wolff as Batman and Bruce Wayne. The other actors include Oziama Akaga as Vixen, David Arrigo Jr. as The Flash Barry Allen, Jimmy Tirado as the Green Lantern, and True Valentino as Cyborg. Also, all of the RWBY characters that are in this film are confirmed to be voiced by the show's main series' current voice talent. So right now, Teams RWBY and Juniper, including Pyrrha, are all confirmed, as well as Professor Ozpin, Glinda Goodwitch, Oscar Pine, Kali Belladonna, and Jacques Schnee. Based on that image, we can see that it is set vaguely during the time of Beacon, with RWBY and Weiss in their Beacon-era outfits. Being set roughly during Beacon means that Oscar will not have merged with Ozpin's soul yet. If I had to guess, Oscar will have a minor role where the Justice League arrives on Remnant on Oscar's farm, and they have to talk to him to find their way. The rest of the characters, Glinda, Ozpin, and Jacques, and even Kali, are a weird mix I was not expecting to see. I have no idea what role they will play, to be honest. Also, Crow Bronwyn has not been confirmed yet out of everyone to be in this movie. I have to imagine he'll be in it. How Kali was confirmed first, I'll never know. Continuing back over to the people who worked on these films, the film hails from Rooster Teeth Animation, Warner Brothers Animation, DC, and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, with Kimberly S. Moreau, Ethan Spalding, and Jim Krieg producing. Laura Yates serves as supervising producer, and Sam Register and Michael Uslan executive producing. Meghan Fitzmartin penned the script, with RWBY's Carrie Shawcross directing. So, no, these films were not written by Rooster Teeth. Writer Meghan Fitzmartin is mostly known for writing the DC comics such as Young Justice and Batman Urban Legends. She also has a few credits for TV and podcasts. However, aside from a few higher up credits, Rooster Teeth Animation and everyone in it did the bulk of the work in the actual production pipeline, creating and animating the movie and all of that. There is no word when the second film, Part 2, will release, but given that it is the only other property that Rooster Teeth Animation has in the pipeline right now, I personally wouldn't be surprised if it were to release in late 2023. It has already been in production during the Volume 9 hiatus, after all. That will do it for this video. If you'd like to learn more about my opinions and the discussion surrounding this film, at least from the RWBY fandom side of things, check out the other video that I've released at the same time as this one. Like and subscribe to stay up to date on RWBY news, whether we're talking these films or Volume 9 of the show proper as that gets closer to releasing. I'll see you next time. I'm RWBY Rising. Have a good one.